Hi everyone, join me today as I start packing for our move from California to Nashville. If I was normally getting ready to start packing, I would have to find some fun activities to keep Layla Jane busy. Unfortunately, she is sick and under the weather. So my mom is over here right now and Layla Jane's pretty much just laying with her and watching TV and just getting some snuggles. Aw, she wanna go to daddy now? You feeling okay, baby? Poor girl. Well, it looks like they're outside getting some fresh air, so that means I can get started on the kitchen. One thing I do recommend is before you even think about packing is declutter. So I went through our entire house and just got rid of so much stuff, and then I had a massive garage sale. I sold so much, and then anything I didn't sell, I just gave to Goodwill. Secondly, I almost never pay for boxes when we're moving. I always just go onto like Facebook or Nextdoor and ask any neighbors if they have any moving boxes that they want to get rid of. And more often than not, I get a ton. Now, unfortunately, I did have to go buy a few wardrobe boxes, and I decided to get those from U-Haul instead of Lowe's, which is also right by us, because I found that the U-Haul prices were a little bit cheaper. One thing I also suggest too is when you are packing, I get one small box and I like make that my packing kit. I put in there tape, scissors, newspaper if I have it, or just extra wrapping, stuffing, anything like that. So then when I'm going around from room to room, I just bring that box with me. Otherwise, I'm constantly wondering, where did I leave the scissors? Where did I leave the tape? Now I know it's all in that box and it just travels with me anywhere I go. Another quick tip when you're taping up your boxes, if you fold over a piece of the tape, when you arrive at your destination and you're untaping all the boxes, it makes it really easy to just pull the tape off. Also make sure when you're packing to utilize everything you have. I'm filling up some of our pots with any of our seasoning and spices. I also use towels and sheets as extra cushioning. Anything I can find, if I can double use it and like save space, I'll do it. Bottom two shelves are cleared out. This we'll try to eat through. And I'll make sure to leave out an empty box big enough to fit any last minute things that we end up not eating but we still want to take with us. I've already packed up a bunch of pans and skillets. I'm obviously keeping a few out because we still have about 2 weeks until the movers come and we're gonna use them. But one thing I would recommend, if you are traveling somewhere or moving somewhere and you can drive, make sure to pack a box of like essential kitchen stuff. So some things that might be in there are like soap, some silverware, some plates, cups, maybe a skillet, pan, anything that you think you might need like those first few nights, especially if the moving truck comes late. Always make sure to label where all your boxes go so the movers know where to put the boxes. Some people use like different colors of tape for each box. So like red would be kitchen, blue would be master bath. But I don't really like that system because if you're using new movers, when you get there that are unloading the truck, they might not know what that system means. So I just like to be direct and write what room every box goes to. It's like a game of Tetris here. I do use bubble wrap for a lot of like the glassware. However, bubble wrap is expensive, and if you're not careful, you can go through it really quickly. So whenever possible, like I said earlier, I always try to just use towels, sheets, anything that I already have, or blankets that's already getting packed. One good tip that I've heard is if you have sharp knives to pack, put them in like a pot holder, and that'll keep them from poking through the box or just poking through anything else or ripping anything. What's going on over here? Where are they? Layla Jane? Well, I am so tired from napping. I'm just gonna lay right here. Ah! What? What? Ah, it's my Grandma! Oh, I have to come in too?
You better hide.
Okay.
It's a baby dinosaur.
I guess we're taking a break from packing right now. Back to this. So I'm kind of nearing the end of the kitchen, or at least what I can do now. A lot of this stuff I still don't want to pack yet. And if you notice, I leave a lot of my boxes open until like the last day, just in case there's something that I forgot to put in one of them, I can throw it in. And yeah, I think that's all I can do right now for kitchen. So time to move it to another room. My mom had to leave, but Brian is almost done with work. So I gave Layla Jane just a box and some markers, and she is keeping herself busy right now, coloring and making all of our boxes look very pretty. And that gives me some time to go and start packing up the upstairs. Now I need to work on the laundry room. We're obviously gonna be washing our clothes and doing some things before we move, so I don't wanna pack everything. But there's a few things in here like sanitizing wipes, some extra like mop things that we're not gonna need between now and moving date, so I can go ahead and pack these up. And then again, I'll just have an open box sitting up here, so right before we're getting ready to move, I can just throw in last minute things. So I'm gonna keep the detergent out, our dryer sheets, and here are a bunch of like our cleaning solution to clean the floors, and I want to keep those. I usually never pack our cleaning supplies up until the very last minute because I'm going around trying to clean up the house for the new owners. Now here is the scary part. Here's Layla Jane's room. We got a lot of toys, and we have more toys, clothes. It's just full of stuff. I obviously don't want to pack up all of her toys because she's going to need stuff to play with. So I got to be kind of strategic in what I pack, something that I don't think she would notice or miss. And then also, I need to pack up a little suitcase for her and one for me, and Brian will do one for him too. We are moving by flying to Nashville. We're not driving. So I also need to pack like our essentials and just like everything I would take, like if we were going like on maybe a 2-day trip or something. Things like our toiletries, some clothes, things that I'll need when we first arrive to Nashville, but before our moving truck gets there. So we'll be in Nashville for about 2 days before the moving truck. So I want to make sure I just have plenty of stuff. And that's kind of the easy part because that's just like packing like as if you're going on a trip. But I'm gonna focus first on this area. So let's see here. Her little kitchen, I'm not gonna take apart. That was a nightmare to get put together. So I'll probably just tape all of the doors shut so nothing opens, and I'll just throw in like all of her food and all of that type of stuff in there. So that will be easy. Also, I don't think I mentioned, we are renting a Penske truck, and then we hired someone to drive it from California to Nashville. So we kind of have the luxury of, I guess you can call it a luxury, but we get to pack and put everything on the truck ourselves. And so if we don't want to put something in a box, then we don't have to. And it kind of leaves it up to us, which I kind of like. I think I might just keep everything like in their bins as they are and just try to cram them into boxes. So I kind of keep the organization that I already have. Old diaper boxes also come in handy. I'm actually gonna use this to store all of Layla Jane's paint supplies. And it should be perfect for all of that. Layla has a lot of books scattered all throughout the house, and a really good tip I heard was to pack them in a suitcase. So then you're not lifting it up, you can just pull the suitcase with you full of books and move it onto the truck. I would be doing that, but we're using all of our suitcases for the actual flight and staying at my sister's house when we first get to Nashville, so we don't have any extra ones, but I thought it was still a good tip nonetheless. Now onto the master bedroom. I went, like I said, I only bought a few boxes this time, and I bought 4 wardrobe boxes, which are huge. And I'm just gonna take all the clothes straight off the hanger and put them onto the wardrobe box. Before I get my clothes out, I'm gonna get some of my shoes and put them on the bottom of the wardrobe box. And then all the clothes in my dresser, I'm actually just gonna stuff it with more clothes. So something I always do anytime I move is I just cram the dressers with as much clothes as I can. And then we usually just saran wrap it and then move it onto the truck like that. So again, utilizing what you already have, it works. And then I'm gonna have to do the bathroom at some point too. Just like I'm doing with pretty much every room in the house, I'm gonna leave a box, an empty box here, so like the night before or 2 nights before, I can throw in all the other essential stuff that I have been using that I didn't wanna pack yet. Well, I have been packing for a very long time now, and I usually try to only pack for a few hours every day, especially when Layla Jane's awake. I'll probably pack more tonight after she goes to bed, but right now I just wanna go and spend time with Layla Jane and Brian because I think he's done with work, so I'm gonna go down and see what they're doing. Feeling okay?
Yeah, I need a bright.
You need a bright? You want the lights back on now? Okay.
Oh, okay.
Hey Brian, how much packing have you done so far?
None. My plan's different. I'm on a different timeline.
Okay, I had to tell you guys the funniest difference between Brian and I. I will start packing like the second I find out we're moving. I'm putting things in boxes, I'm getting ready to move, and Brian waits like literally until the last minute. We have moved so much in our lives and we have always had different plans. Brian waits until the very last possible moment. Yes, you do.
I take the week before so I can use everything and not live out of a box until we move.
But as you saw what I did, I pack things that we're not gonna need and then I leave open boxes everywhere to fill in. But I have to tell you guys a story. So when we moved into this house from our old condo, the night before we had to leave our condo, Brian was over there packing up his stuff until like midnight. He probably got out there at like 11:30 at PM, right before the new owners took over.
I'm busy. I got stuff to do.
Does that just look yummy to your tummy?
Day 2 of packing, and I'm feeling a little bit more overwhelmed today. We have a lot more to pack. Let me show you what I had stored at my parents' house for the past few years, and my mom just brought it over. All of this stuff was over there, some things over there, a lot more than I remembered being stored over at her house. It's a lot of baby clothes that I'm just not ready to part with yet because I don't know if we're gonna have more kids. So I'm just thinking I have a lot more to pack, but that's okay. I'm just gonna stick to my plan. Thankfully, my mom is over here to help watch Layla because she's still not feeling super well and just not really wanting to do any of the activities that I had planned for her. How is it, girl? You love McDonald's breakfast, don't you? Right now, I'm trying to organize some of my winter clothes, and I've seen a lot of people that suggest getting those bags that you can suction the air out of them, but I really don't want to have to go spend more money on other moving supplies. I'm trying to make this as cost efficient as possible. So I did see a hack where you can actually use trash bags like this, just regular trash bags, in your vacuum and kind of have the same results. So I'm gonna test it out right now and let's see if this really works. That actually worked a lot better than I thought it was going to. I don't know if it's as good as actually buying the bags that are for it, but it did make it significantly smaller. And now I can fit it in here with probably some more stuff. Doing okay? You getting tired now?
We're snuggling.
I'm gonna try to organize this garage a little bit more and then take a much needed break to go snuggle with her because she just doesn't look good right now. But I think I'm making some good progress. We have about 2 weeks, no, less than 2 weeks until the movers get here. It might seem early how much I'm packing right now, but as you can see, it's hard to get a lot done, especially with a kid and a sick kid. So I gotta just keep working away.